you get to see it being shaped and changed and polished and refined. When you go to a concert, it's often easy to be convinced that this is a very easy thing, that people who have musical talents just sit down in their chairs and they do their playing. It actually takes an enormous amount of work. And it's that work process that I think is really a revealing thing for people who have never done music themselves or have forgotten how they did music at some point in their lives, and is a really good process. It doesn't cost anything to walk in and to walk out, but it's a fascinating thing to watch. There is a class for the adult degree completion program here that runs every year where people who are completing a degree at an adult age rather than as the normal college age are encouraged to spend X number of hours for credit sitting in on the rehearsals, talking to musicians, doing whatever they want. And they are always absolutely amazed and enthralled by the entire process. So I think it's a very good thing for people who aren't sure that they want to attend to walk in on and to take advantage of. Orchestra rehearses in the morning and the afternoon, choir in the evening. So there's always music going on campus and around town for 10 days solid. The concerts, for people who haven't attended classical concerts or haven't attended classical concerts often, people don't have any special dress that they have to wear. They're expected to be attentive, and other than that, just to enjoy the community, the music that's being made, and whatever context they can make with musicians, because they're out and about and they are friendly and they talk to everyone. The players in the orchestra are an incredible group of people. They come from up and down the East Coast, from Pennsylvania to Florida, and as far to the west as Wyoming. They're incredible for a variety of reasons. One is they play phenomenally well, and they are willing to work hard, and they're ready to play hard, and they're great people, great friends to see on this at least one occasion every year. We don't have in the orchestra a leave policy if somebody needs to be gone, but if somebody knows they're having a conflict for next year's season, they always ask for a leave of absence. They don't just relinquish their place and hope that they'll get it back. They ask to have it back, and I think that's an incredible sign of the health of the internal organization, that people have claimed their places in the ensemble and want to keep them. And it of course means that we get replacements and would like to keep them as well too, and so there's always push to make it just a little bit bigger, which it can be without any difficulty, but it's a great thing that people want to be here. There was one of the people in the orchestra yesterday was telling me she wouldn't miss this. She's played every concert since she's been involved in the Bach Festival for 13 seasons now, and that's a pretty fantastic record. The choir is made up of more local singers because they're only rehearsing during the evenings, and it would be difficult to get people from a distance, although we have several people from Indiana who have come regularly, and from Pennsylvania and to the south as well. So we do draw from a fairly wide area for the choir as well. The soloists that we get are those contacts are made through a variety of ways. Sometimes they're people that are known by members of the orchestra. Sometimes they're people who I've encountered in some setting or another, and they're also people who are very willing to participate in the festival, and who do so enthusiastically, who love coming back time and again, and probably would welcome on many occasions being regulars every summer. And I think it's an enormously gratifying feeling to feel like I've been showered with all these wonderful people who like to do what I like to do, which is to make music and to thoroughly immerse oneself in the making of music for 10 days at a pace you couldn't possibly sustain if you did it for a month or 2 months, and certainly not for years. So it's a great honor to be a part of this event, and I absolutely love it. We are the Bach Festival, and the important words in there are the we and the Bach.
My name is Diane, and I play the viola. I've been coming to the Bach Festival for 7 years, and for me it's a wonderful sense of community to play this music together with others who love the music of Bach and of the classical and Baroque era. And also a wonderful sense of sharing the music with others, with the public, the people who come to hear the music, because they probably don't get to hear this music as often as they would like to. And for me to be able to bring it across to others, that's the main reason why I keep coming back, because it's beautiful music, and to share it with others is a wonderful thing. Ken is an incredible intellectual when it comes to the music of Bach. He always chooses pieces for a meaning, for a reason, and we all don't understand it at first maybe, and then as the week goes on we start to understand the reasoning behind the pieces that he chooses for a particular season. So Ken is wonderful because he is the inspiration behind the whole week of music. I'd like to say thanks, Ken, for creating inspiring programs every single year of the festival.
Great. And then if you can just say, we are the Bach Festival.
We are the Bach Festival.
Perfect.
I'm Fred Niss. I'm the provost and currently also acting president at EMU. My job with regard to the Bach Festival, one of the fun parts of my job is that I get to provide some general oversight to the Bach Festival and help to ensure that they're getting the resources they need. The Bach Festival, I think, is one of the high points of our year here at EMU. I've only been here for 2 years, so this is my third Bach Festival, and I always look forward to it every summer. Well, one of the reasons EMU invests in the Bach Festival, both in terms of funds, but also time and space and facilities, is that we see an important part of our role as a university is to enrich the life of the community. Our first obligation, of course, is to our students, but a close second to that is helping our community to be a better, more exciting, more interesting place to live. Our mission says that we encourage our students to expand their world through scholarly inquiry and artistic creation. And I think we do the same for the larger community. Something like the Bach Festival helps to connect us to the best part of what it means to be human, to beauty, to meaning and significance. There's something about music, and especially the kind of wonderful music that Bach and others have created that takes us outside of our everyday life and helps us look at what's larger and more significant and more important about being human. Well, I certainly want to thank all the people who support the Bach Festival. The university provides some support, but there's no way that we could pull off something as large and wonderful as the Bach Festival is without the help of many, many supporters from the community, from foundations, and other sources of support for what goes on at the Bach Festival. I've really been pleased to see how the festival's reputation and quality has been growing over the last few years, and that's largely due to the hard work of an independent board and their work in raising the funds and developing the reputation and attracting the good musicians here every summer. We are the Bach Festival.
I think the thing about coming back to Bach Festival that is most enjoyable is getting to make or play music in an environment where it is only about the music, and that doesn't happen much anymore, because most of the stuff, I think most of what we do is either you're paying a bill or you're meeting an obligation, but when we come here, it gets back to the essence of what putting a piece together and rehearsing it and performing it is about, which is just to get at the music at its core, at its heart. And I think that Ken does that really, really well, probably the best of anybody I've ever worked with, and it's just a real pleasure and treat to be able to do that.
Great. Been doing this?
I have been coming, I was asked in 2005, and I've come back every season since. Well, I think that someone will get to hear, if they come to the festival and they can, either the new concerts and or the main concerts, they're going to hear a wide variety of music, and played really well, and played with a lot of care and attention, which I think would be hard to find outside of a place like this. Okay, we are the Bach Festival.
We enjoy the fact that Ken is able to create very interesting, I won't say sideshows, but variations and ways of presenting the music that is always interesting. For example, a few years ago, he had a jazz riff folded into the very end of a Bach suite. It was sensational. A little unusual.
Now, we think that it is worthwhile to support the Bach Festival, not just every year, but for future years. Therefore, we've established an endowment, which we have contributed, members of our family have contributed, and we think that others should establish a...
Sorry, I'm interviewing right now. Do you need a... That's okay. Just carry on.
We believe that others should establish endowments for the Bach Festival so that this tradition can continue not just for 20 years, but 200 years. We would especially like to see more people involved in attending the festival and contributing to the support of the performers. The musicians travel great distances to reach Harrisonburg, from Portland, Oregon, from New York City, from Philadelphia, and from Miami, Florida. All of that is very expensive, and travel, of course, today is expensive.